Yo, people, you've caught me at the perfect time. I've just got in not long ago, 30 minutes from a huge, long, hot, tiring trip to Ipswich to watch the mighty Reds put in a fairly comprehensive enough performance. So we're going to get into that, maybe. Maybe we're not, because it depends on what you guys want to talk about. Welcome to the Kall-in-Khan show. First and foremost, smash the likes upon entry, like, subscribe, all of that positive, good stuff. Premier League is back. We are back. The Colonel's not with me today. Daz is with me today, but he's going to have a fag. So we're going to give him a couple of minutes. Before we do, welcome everyone. I see all the regulars. I see all the usuals. Studio's getting packed. It's not packed at the moment, but it's getting packed. There's about 7 people waiting. It's not going to be the usual marathon session today. So if you want to get in, make your points, talk about whatever you want to talk about, we at it here because it's going to be a quick hour job today. It's not going to be a long session. I'm knackered. Honestly, God. I'll go through my day, man. It was like, you got to remember, it's like a 2.5 hour trek in this heat. It was so hot today, but it was worth it. Packed Portman Road Stadium. Ipswich celebrating their entry back into the Premier League. And I said this, we're going to have to match them with fire and desire, and then let the football do the talking in probably in the second half. And that's exactly what happened. But nice to see you guys already in here. Smash the likes, people, if you haven't already. Uncle Grizz Shack says, hello, nephew. Is that what you're going to say? No, nothing else? Salam alaikum, Captain Sal's in the bigger and hashtag FSG out. Art says, evening all, none of your businesses in the building. He says, smash the likes. That's right, smash the likes. Big up, Grizz. Random Short says, smash the likes, people. Get an early 200. Yeah, man, there's 130 in here, so we're going to struggle to get 200 now, but you catch the drift. You catch the drift. Let's get going. Let's get going. People in the studio, I can see you all. Don't worry. You don't need to message me privately, please, because I won't be able to read the private messages and the normal messages. I'm on my own today, so I see you all. I'm going to try to get you in as quickly as I can. Please have your points, your questions to hand. Make them, because I'll keep it moving, because I've got not long to do. And you already know, Kall-in-Khan is mad popular. You want to keep it that way. Hit the likes, everyone. Hassan's in the building. Big up yourself, Hassan. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, whatever you want to talk about, whatever the weather, Trevor. I'm waiting for Dazza. As you guys can see, I just got in, and the food at football grounds, you already know. I don't need to tell you. If you don't know, it's not always the greatest. So I try not to eat at football grounds. I try to eat either before or afterwards, and then just rely on drinks, not the alcohol type, just soft drinks. Because yeah, you can't go wrong with soft drinks, right? Today I had a zero sugar. What's it called? Blackcurrant, low sugar blackcurrant, cold low sugar blackcurrant. You know, the light blue one. Yeah, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, man. The studio's getting full. We have an order. People in the studio, please concentrate on the order, because I won't be able to keep repeating it, because that's his co-hosting for the first time in his life, and he's useless. To be honest with you, I'm going to say
absolutely.
No, absolutely, you're useless. But that's
Absolutely.
the beauty of us. I'm useless, you're useless, and we may have a good show. Like 2 negatives might make a positive. I don't know how that's going to work, but it may do.
We'll
How
see.
you doing, Gaza?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. We won, which is good. I think I said last week, didn't I, that all I care about is what we do on the pitch, and 3 points is 3 points. I've tried not to be honest, Grizz. I've tried not to look or listen to too much feedback from the fans, or I'm not on Twitter or anything like that. I listened to Slot's post-match press conference. That's about it. So my opinion may be completely wrong about today's game.
But go on. Where's your opinion? What's your take on it? I'm going to bring in. I can see a few people. I'm going to message you guys, and I'm going to bring in the order. I'm going to bring in Albert. I'm going to bring in Das. I'm going to bring in Akavin. I'm going to bring in AK4P, and I'm bringing in Reedy. That's the order for now. Albert, Das, Akavin, AK4P, Reedy. That's the first 5 or 6. I'll work the rest. Sorry. Go on. What did you make of it? Can I bring in Albert? Let me bring in Albert as a because he's got his top on and he's ready to go. So
He's
we
looking
can't
good.
utilize his time wisely.
Hello, Alhaj.
Listen,
congratulations.
listen.
First of all,
Are you still here? Have you gone? What's going on?
No, I'm here. I'm here
So you're here until the Brentford game?
till after the Brentford game. Yeah,
$1,000,000% we will link up this week.
we have to.
We have to. We have to go for coffee. Sorry.
We have to. Yes.
Daza.
So first of all, congratulations.
No. You not first of all. You're second of all. You're second. Daza, I was asking you, what's the situation? What did you think of today?
Well, first half, I was like, kind of what we all expected is kind of what I thought. Like they came out the blocks. I mean, like intensity wise, they were up for everything. They were that, and I think I said last week, like we're a new team under Slot, so I thought that we were going to match that intensity, but we didn't. We didn't at all. This is my opinion. Other people may disagree, but yeah, I don't think we matched them at all for intensity and fight and passion. And you know, some of these players, I don't know who that guy was at the back. Was his name Greaves? Their centre back, and you could see it in his eyes. He was like, "I'm here to win this game."
Mad. Jacob Greaves. He won man of the match from their aspect.
All right, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'm not too bad at seeing
you're
things.
Not. You might have a career in this, man. You might have a career in this.
But I'll quickly shift on to the second half, where it's like he put something in him. That change, Kanate to for Kwanzaa, I still don't know because, like I say, I haven't heard too much whether it was tactical or injury. But he did say something about duels, right? I think I did hear in the press conference about we weren't winning our duels, which again I saw in the first half, which is what I said. So again, not too bad at this thing. So I guess that's why he did it. And then I think we switched things, didn't we? Did Sobo change position as well?
Not so much. I think it was the key was Konate for Kwanzaa because he said we're not winning our duels enough. I actually tweeted it at about 5 minutes before halftime that looks like Konate is warming up rigorously. I think he's going to come on second half, and so it turned out. Let's get Albert's views. Albert, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
What's happening? Did you watch the game today? Managed to catch the game?
Yeah. It was, you know, I think the first half was a result of a team that was as new as the coach was new, and they were playing in a competitive match for the first time, and so I mean we need to cut them some slack. But this our coach is totally ruthless. Never mind that smile, man. Never mind the smile. Never mind the seemingly affable nature. He acts like that because of course, I'm not a coach. I'm just a loudmouth that watches the game. But I just thought there was something wrong. I couldn't place my finger on it. So it was after the match when he said the problem was not tactics. It was not winning your duels to set up to progress. I was like, okay. So that was it. I think he's a very technically astute guy. You could see it from the preparatory games, the preseason games, that he was a stickler for detail, and hopefully we get some change out of him. I am still very unhappy that we haven't signed a sixth though, and we need a left back. I mean, we need a left back.
We'll get into that if people want to speak about that. We will talk about that. What do we make of? I agree with you. I think this guy is so basically he didn't come to the. You know, we're so used to Jurgen Klopp coming to the crowd at the end of the game, acknowledging us. This guy was business. He won the game. Even in the interview afterwards, he said, "What do you want to talk about? The first half, which was shit, and the second half, which was great." And like we've said, we didn't win our battles, we didn't win our duels, but we didn't concede. And how many times last season we kept conceding the first goal? If we conceded the first goal, it would have been a long, hot afternoon up against it again. But we stuck in there. We stuck in there. And so I don't know, man. Is there any particular players that you guys stood up? I haven't had a chance to watch the game again. I've just seen brief highlights.
I think Gravenberch stood out.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because I agree.
I think Gravenberch stood out. I think Trent stood out. I think the argument about Trent has been settled.
Okay. Obviously, hot topic, Trent. Let's one thing at a time. Let's go. Because I'm critical of Trent. When Trent doesn't put the effort in, seemingly on the eye test, okay, when he doesn't want to defend, when he doesn't want to get stuck in, I am very critical of Trent when he does that, because that should be the prerequisite of every single player. You have to fight for your team.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy's ability is so normalized, guys. It's like, oh, yeah, Trent done a pass. It's not normal how good this guy is, like on the board. I absolutely get the criticism from certain quarters about his lack of awareness at times, his lack of desire getting back into dangerous positions or stopping dangerous positions. I think that aspect 100% can be coached and worked on. What can't be really coached and worked on by the age of 26, 25 is your natural ability and talent. You either have that or you don't. And this guy, guys, I've had the pleasure, and I understand not everyone is blessed and lucky enough to watch this guy in live. I absolutely understand and get that. But when you watch him live, you realize he's sensational on the ball. He's sensational. His passing, his technique is just like, ooh la la, when you see his technique.
That question is a moot point. You know, some of us were saying Bradley was pushing him for the spot. That's a stupid assertion. I mean, just like forget it. You know, like just let it go.
Yeah, I agree with
Today,
that.
he actually saved. Incidentally, today was like the roles were reversed. He actually saved Kwanzaa's behind twice. After Kwanzaa had lost two duels, Trent was there to pick him up. You know, let's let him write the contract. Let him sign on the dotted line. Let's just write him some as a figure. Let's just go. Look, we don't need any more of those.
Did his pass look beautiful like it did in real life, like on the TV screen?
I
that
think
pass to Salah. Like normal fullbacks can't play that. Normal midfielders can't play that.
But even better, right? It was a 3-pass sequence. Gravenberch, Trent, Salah, and we were in. Right? Gravenberch, Trent, Salah, and we were. It was like a Picasso painting. So for me, let's scratch that argument. Bradley is not pushing him for anything.
But Bradley is brilliant in his own right, though.
Honestly,
Bradley's very good at what he does.
There are levels to this game. There are just levels to it.
Oh no! I get it. It. The levels of Trent on the ball. This is what makes him above anything and anyone else. But people are saying let Dazza speak. So Albert means
well, I mean, you asked about that Trent pass. Actually, on TV, they didn't even catch up. Well, from what I saw, they didn't even catch it properly. I was like, "What's he put that ball? Oh, Salah's through," and it was like, "What a pass! What a move!" And that's what we do. Now, you're talking about how we did today. We've got to remember, and I'm like one of the most positive people. It's freaking Ipswich, right? And they did what they did for 45 minutes. I can already see Man City will get 4 or 5 against these next week, and so will Arsenal. And we probably should have. So there's the same.
100% should have.
There's the same thing of last season. We're not like, I can't remember what minute it was down the left. It should have. There was a pass. Was it Diaz or something? Or Gakpo? I can't remember. It was on the left, and the just pass wasn't right. And I'm like, gosh, here we go again. So we could have actually had 4 goals. So if that continues to happen this season, we're not going to beat your West Hams. We're not going to beat your Villas, which we need to beat to win this league away from home. I mean, but going back to the Bradley, what you said, Bradley's a really good player, and if he utilizes the team properly and the squad properly, like bringing Trent off, giving him 15 minutes break, great. Giving Trent 15 minutes break. He doesn't have to play every 90 minutes every game. And then what was I going to say? The ruthlessness of Slot. Klopp would have brought Nunes on for the last 5. As soon as he got 90 minutes, it was 8 minutes, was it? Injury time. Klopp would have brought Nunes on. He's left Nunes on the bench. He's left Jones on the bench. He's left Elliott on the bench, which I feel real sorry for Elliott. But it's like, boys, you've got to pick up your game. You've got to fight for your position.
I don't care about minutes and handing out freebies or. Honestly, we're so used to Klopp giving everyone minutes or whatever, blah, 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 sentimental decisions, whatever. I think he was cold. As I said, everyone was like hoping we might get Slot coming over and saying hello to us. Just give us a wave. Don't try to be Klopp. Be yourself and just give us a thumbs up or something or whatever. Just straight down the tunnel. Mission, business, continue.
Yeah.
People, coming up to 300 of you guys in the chat. Let's smash a like button. We're not going to be here long. 9 o'clock's probably my cutoff point. So I'm going to try to get in as many callers as I can. Big up yourselves. All of you are here. I see all your comments. Thank you so much for the love, appreciation, and the great comments. Someone wants to disagree. He goes, Great Top wants to disagree with you. He says, not many teams will batter Ipswich at Portman Road, to be honest with you.
Not many teams will. 2 teams. I said Arsenal and Man City. Man City and Arsenal will score 4.
Fair enough.
But you see, let me just say this. They are a very well coached team. It took us a while to figure them out. Don't forget they've jumped through 2
promotions.
2 promotions.
But he's a very highly thought of coach. Man United, Chelsea, England. All 3, but like the 3.
He's a good coach. It's just that, like I said earlier on, there are levels to this game, and it took us a while to figure them out. It took our coach a while to figure things out, and once we got going, we were going to be hard. We were going to be hard to stop. But big up to all the boys. They responded. They responded very.
Was you guys
well.
panicking at halftime? Was you thinking, oh, what is this at halftime? What was your emotion? Be honest.
I thought we would. I was thinking we would get a goal. I didn't think there was too much threat from them, so I thought we'd get a goal. I thought we'd win 1-0. I thought we'd win. I thought we'd even after the first half. I was like, this is shit, but he's something will happen. We can't lose to Ipswich or draw to Ipswich in the first game. I get your point. The guy saying like Ipswich won't get battered by many. You're right, because they weren't a bad team, but this is the first game of the season. Their fans were probably going to be as loud.
Atmosphere. It was
probably going to be as loud as they're going to be all season.
You know, Alisson. We always say this, and sometimes it doesn't come to the fore as much as it should. Alisson saves us 10 to 15 plus points every season. Mm-hmm. Remember, there was a header from that Grizz guy.
Yeah,
that kind of bobbled in front of him.
I had a very good view of that. It nearly went underneath him.
Yes, if that ball goes underneath him, we have a different game. So I think that what they did today was respond to an awkward situation, not a difficult situation, but an awkward situation. I wanna assess them a little bit better after Brentford and Man United.
Oh yeah,
and then we'll know where we are.
No, 100%. I'm gonna start bringing some callers, guys. We're talking way too much. Like, why
Sorry.
are you talking so much, both of you, man? Like, let's get some callers in, man. We're hogging
Let's get some
the
callers.
timeline.
I want
You
someone.
superstars are hogging the timeline. What's the matter with you guys? Let's
I
bring
want
in
someone to
Mike
come in and
Das.
disagree.
Let's bring in Mike Das. This should spice up the conversation a little bit. If you guys know Mike Das,
No.
this will be this will spice up the conversation a little bit. Mike Das, you are very welcome, my brother.
New rule this year, okay? If it's on a game day, I'm not allowed to not be positive about the game, okay? I don't want to approach.
Only if you. Oh no. Only if it needs to be.
No, for sure. But
you know, if we need to be critical, let's do it.
I think that there are a few points to be critical on, but I'm trying to enjoy football this season, objectively, not just Liverpool. But again, I'm only talking.
I've been telling Albert this for months and months. Enjoy.
I'm only talking about today, though. I'm only talking about the day we play the game. I will be, I'm just going to sit back. If we win, it's all good. Drink a beer, relax, like all good. I think some of the positives. Listen, Ipswich, did they create? Yes. Were they running in behind? Were they getting into space? Yes. But how many actual chances did they have in that first half? I would say two.
You guys will know more.
Two actual clear-cut chances, one of which came off of a cutback. Another one was, a Kwanzaa block.
I think they were from our mistakes, right? I think they were from our mistakes.
Yes, 100%, which I'm going to lead into. I think that Ipswich was going to be a tough game. They were pressing 6 men at certain points, like the energy was there, but they're never going to keep that up. And this is Ipswich, right? And you can make the argument, well, against a better team, perhaps they would have been more clinical. I would say, but there weren't even that many chances, right? So we can sit here and we can troll and we can say we got cut apart in the first half. I don't think that we were good, but I think that that's our own fault. I think that the difference between the first half and the second half was that in the first half, I found myself watching everyone off the ball, and I saw that no one was moving. No one was creating an outlet. No one was creating space. No one was trying to bypass the press and give the guy who has the ball a relief from the pressure that Ipswich was providing. And in the second half, I saw literally the counter of everything. Like every negative that I saw in the first half, Arnie Slot went in, and immediately in the second half, all of that was completely turned around 360 degrees. All of a sudden, everyone off the ball started moving. The passes looked more fluid. We were finding more space. One of the things that I don't love is this dependency on the long ball, especially in the first half. I felt like we were just playing hoofball, diagonal ball, Virgil van Dijk to Mo Salah, kick it and run. I'd like to see a little bit more tidy build-up, tidy football. Like I said, more movement off the ball. But I don't think that we can really complain because there's an argument to be made that if we had a better left winger than Luis Diaz, that could have been 6-0, I mean, the amount of, but that's a whole different argument, and I don't want to be negative.
No, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. No, don't say here we go like you're bloody Fabrizio Romano. We're actually going to get into it, right? Listen, we're going to get into it because it wouldn't be Mike Das. It wouldn't be Mike Das if we can't be critical, even in
the first half was terrible,
scenario, which is fine.
But the second half was fine.
I love it. I love speaking to you, Mike. Despite what you may think. I love a person who's very opinionated. I love having to and fro's. But listen, the reason why I brought up this fella's Grizz Khan, check him out on Twitter if you haven't, guys.
Don't know who he is.
Yeah, he chats shit most of the time. But the reason why I brought this tweet up, Mike, is exactly what you said your thoughts were at halftime. Very similar to my thoughts. I said, fair play to Ipswich if they keep up this energy second half, because it was unreal. It was like they were on steroids. I think Albert touched upon it as well. Like they were pressing. Look, the more fitter and livelier. We need to have better movement from the front six. Far too passive, resulting in defenders playing risky passes. Massive improvement needed. And yes, there was a massive improvement. But Daza, Mike's brought up a few points. I don't know if you want to have a. I'm just going to grab a drink. So have a little bit of a chat, Albert.
So I'm not going to have a go. I actually agree about the Luis Diaz. I've heard the last few months there's been no football, so people have been talking about Diaz going out and people saying there's no end product, there's this, that. And I'm like, what are people talking about? But today I was like, let me watch him. Let me actually watch what he does, what he produces. And I was like, shit, I've never been like that wrong about a player. Like I always try to love Liverpool. I do love Liverpool players, but yeah, it wasn't great today from him. I actually watched Kudus at West Ham today, and I was like, they're kind of similar in a way. The way I kind of felt there was no end product, but Kudus is younger, so could be taught that if we were to bring somebody like him in. But yeah, I kind of joined the train of maybe Diaz isn't all that.
I just think he needs to be dropped for a bit. All right. Like I loved what Cody Gakpo was doing over the Euros. And honestly, like he never really got a fair chance to have a consistent run of games in the left wing position under Klopp, right? He was always being maneuvered around, shuffled to the 8, shuffled to a false 9. He was never given an opportunity for a run of games at left wing. And I think that he deserves that chance given the poor form of Luis Diaz. But I mean, the other positives of the day, Connor Bradley looked unbelievable when he came on. Soboslai completely turned it around in the first half. He was a 10 who was trying to play as a 9. And in the second half, he was a 10 who was actually doing his job and dropping back into midfield during build-up play.
That's why I thought it switched.
But
because he was doing the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. But the only negative that I would say of the whole day is I really do think that we absolutely need not a 6, but a defensive-minded midfielder. Someone who will allow McAllister to go further up the pitch, who will stay further back and will help with that build-up and the press. When 6 players come at us, you need an outlet. And Ryan Gravenberch, as good as he is, he's not defensive-minded, you know?
Okay, so I agree because I've been crying out for a defensive-minded player. If we make 2 signings, I said at the start of the summer, I'm so happy. As long as there are 2 defensive-minded players, whether it's a fullback, whether it's a centre-back, whether it's a midfielder, as long as it's someone who thinks defence first, stop the opposition first. But, Albert, and I want you to come in on this, it's so obvious, guys, that this manager of ours is from the Dutch school of total football, and he believes in the team working hard on and off the ball and players being technically good enough to handle all situations, even in transition. Albert, your thoughts?
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And in furtherance to that, he actually holds them accountable for their brief, for their in-game brief. So if you're not doing the right thing, he hooks you, or he tweaks what he needs to tweak on field, and you can actually see what he's doing, and he doesn't have any problem explaining it. So for me, notice that he has solved the problem, if you can call it the problem or the conundrum of Zoboslai. If you recall, in the previous administration, if I could call it that, Zoboslai was made to travel a little too far in diagonals, trying to cover for Trent. He has fixed that by simply disciplining Trent's movement into the middle. All of us were thinking, yeah, Trent is not going to invert. Trent inverts, but Trent's inversion is more disciplined. So so it accounts for many things, and he has like a little triangle with the double pivot and Zoboslai on top. So basically, Zoboslai does a lot less for a lot more, which is fantastic. I absolutely love what he's doing. For those of you who know my stance on certain things that were happening in the past administration, this is not a shitter on Klopp. Klopp did what he could. He absolutely did what he could. We have a new guy now. I'm simply saying the new guy has learned from what may have been remiss. He's trying hard to tweak those things. Notice that we haven't bought any player. So I can simply say he's following on from what Klopp was doing. And arithmetically and geometrically, I'm not wrong. So I think I have to totally agree with you on that. And Mike made an allusion, or we've made an allusion to Luis Diaz. I think if Luis Diaz cannot be spoken to execute a little bit more efficiently, maybe some time on the bench will help him. Because I don't know how he missed that chance
Yeah,
today.
but how will that help him? He's
Um,
either gonna get. He's either gonna go. Look. Anyway, before we get into that, Mike, is there anything that you want to press the stress on?
Yeah, no,
Anything
just
positive,
one.
negative, anything, throw it at us. I love listening to your opinions. Obviously, today I'm in a bit of a rush. I apologize.
100%.
It's
I am
8
too.
p.m.
I only slept for 3 hours. I had to stay up the whole
Oh,
night to
it's
watch the
mad.
game.
It's
me too.
8:30 p.m. in UK. It's 8:30 p.m. I left my house, guys, at 5. I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So I haven't slept and it's been hot and
I got you.
I'm knackered, man. I know we normally go on for a couple of hours minimum, but today you're gonna have to forgive me. Make sure, guys, you go and check out my guys. There's over 300 of you guys. Make sure you guys go and check out my post-match reaction from my luscious studios stroke car. I don't know, post-match reaction from my car. It was aircon. Check it out, like it, leave a comment, and then I'll do some more. Mike, catch up.
Yeah. The only other point that I wanted to make was I think that one silver lining, right? We didn't concede as many chances against a team like Ipswich as we did last season under Jurgen Klopp, right? Which is a huge positive. The other positive is I do want a defensive-minded midfielder, but I genuinely believe that if we're able to simply find out, like if we can play like we did in the second half, in the first half of games, where everyone is moving off the ball fluidly and the possession is actually controlled possession, I think that a lot of our defensive issues simply go away because every single one of Ipswich's opportunities was off of a mistake that we made. Right?
But that's
It
gonna
was
come, right? It's
you know
literally game week one.
100%, which is why I'm not like that. The world's not on
I'm mad.
fire. You know what I mean? I'm happy
When
that
the world's not on
you
fire
know,
in your world, we're all happy, bro. Listen, we catch up. Take care. Be yourself always.
big up,
Nice one.
guys.
Take care, man.
Okay,
Big up
mate.
yourself. Next caller is Akavin. Akavin, are you a Man United fan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we haven't got long, especially for United fans today, I'm afraid. What would you like to speak about? I'm only here for an hour. Go for it, my brother.
Nah, big up to you guys. Yeah, I watched the game on Friday night, and I thought we were all right. We weren't great. We weren't poor. I think we were all right. I thought attacking, going forward, we looked a bit lackluster. I think defensively we were good because we got the lick now. We got Mazraoui in. Those two players performed very well in my opinion. I think also Maguire, as much as I don't rate Maguire, I think he put in a very, very solid performance. That
He
one-on-one,
hasn't had a bad game in ages. He hasn't
That
had a
one-
bad game in ages.
I know he hasn't. That one-on-one that he stopped from Fulham, big up to him. And the thing is, I think United will have a much better year than last year.
Mhm.
However, going forward, we need to be a lot better. This is not what I'm expecting. We've now signed Xerxes, who I think he's come off the bench and done very, very well. Scored a really good goal, that class touch, and won us the game. However, it's still like I said, it needs to be a lot better, man. And performance going forward, I think keep it up.
I think there's few bits to be positive about. I don't think Fulham, like normally, Fulham turn up there like last season, they
Yeah.
made so many chances against you. They didn't make that many chances against you. I
They
think
didn't.
you are looking better. I think if a fit Lissandro Martinez, if Lissandro Martinez remains fit, then I think he'll be an asset. I do, apart from all the jokes, I actually rate him a lot. Everyone talks about his size and jokes and blah blah blah, but I actually rate him a lot. So that's positive for you. I just think you're right. I just think your forwards are a bit. Rashford doesn't look himself, but this Jerky looks like a player.
Bruno
So yeah,
Mason
man, it's
together. They can't play together. Bruno and Mason Mount cannot play together, man.
no. There's no. Your attack's not a functional attack. But then again, no is your midfield. It's moments. You've got good players that do a couple of things and it makes you win the game. There's no cohesiveness still, but I think there's something to be positive.
Issue is we don't have a natural left back right now, and the thing is with Luke Shaw,
I'd play Martinez there myself.
I would as well, but at the same time, I want to see Martinez and De Ligt together, and I want to see a natural left back play at left back because we don't know. Because the thing is with Rashford is the guy struggles without Luke Shaw, and trust me when I say Marcus Rashford is coming to the end of his United career.
I think so too.
I genuinely think this is his last bit at United because
his last chance saloon. He doesn't look interested.
He really does not look interested. And I think he needs. For me, I've been wanting him out for 2 years now, like for quite a long time. The guy does not look like he cares. He looks like he's only here for the money. You know what I mean? He got that bumper contract a season ago, and the goal the 42 GA that he got was all for that contract, and now he's just dropped levels.
So why is he starting? Why is he starting?
Well, they haven't got much options, but we're going to keep it moving. Akavin, we're going to keep it moving, my brother. Thank you very much for calling in.
Hey,
next
Akavin,
week I'll go back to
Akavin, you have a date with your Arab owner on September 1st.
What did you say? What did he even say?
I was referring to Mo Salah. Man United have a date.
Well, can we not talk yet? It's game week 3 that we need to talk about that, please. Yeah, can you save it? Akavin, catch up in a bit, my friend. Thank you. Exactly. Make sure you call in. Thanks very much.
Take care, mate.
Okay, next callers, guys. Studio's full now. I'm not going to let any more people from the studio in. I've only got about 25 minutes left. If you've missed it, you've missed it. I told you it's going to be a quick hour. We've got AK4P, Reedy, Dava, Liverpool's 12th man, Paul, and Quasi. And they're going to be quick fire rounds. Here we go. AK4P. Yes, my friend. You are welcome to the stream. What would you like to speak about?
Yeah. First of all, big up, Grizz. Kaise ho?
TikTok, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. I just watched your first game, and it was sort of like an impressive play by Liverpool against Ipswich. So Salah once again rising to the occasion.
Salah looks good.
I mean, 300 goals.
He looks good without the afro, though. Without the afro, he looks good.
300 goals and assists in 350 games.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I have to say, like, Salah this season, I think it's make or break for him.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, my point about Salah is like, because last season he didn't have a good he didn't put up a good performance at the crunch moment. So this season, I think he's gonna shine. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Mohamed Salah
we're gonna keep it moving, guys. We're gonna keep it moving. Everyone's gonna have a few minutes.
Tomorrow we got our first game as well against Chelsea. So no Rodri, and I think our only option at tomorrow, I think, is gonna be Kovacic. So I'm just hoping we beat Chelsea. That's all.
Give me a prediction for tomorrow.
3-1 City.
3-1 City.
Patrick.
1-1.
Come back next week and we speak on it. We've got more time. Look after yourself. Thank you very much for calling in, my friend.
Good.
Nice one. I think it's going to be a cracking game tomorrow.
I think it's going to be boring.
Fantastic game. I'm utterly looking forward to it.
And guys, once you've been in the studio, once you've been on the set, please remove yourselves from the studio so we can get. Well, actually, I'm not going to get anyone else on from outside. So the ones that are in the studio, you guys all get a chance to speak now. I literally have 20 minutes, if that, left. So the next caller, but yeah, Man City. You think it's going to be a boring game? Or you're always wrong anyway?
I didn't. Yeah, no, yeah, I am always wrong. Yeah. No, but everybody hypes.
What's the score going to be, Albert, tomorrow?
Everybody hypes up these games.
I think for some reason I'm tipping Chelsea.
To win?
Yeah. Rodri is not playing. Yeah. When Rodri is playing, he's not playing.
No Stones, Rodri.
Big up. The man, the myth, the legend from Luton is here. Fahim Shah is in the building. But Fahim, I'm leaving in 15 minutes. So you haven't got time today. Save it for next week. Or we'll do another special show, just me and you. So allow me today. Allow me. I'm finishing in 15 minutes. You already know I've been out since morning, 5 a.m., man. So you think it's going to be boring? Albert thinks Chelsea win. What's your prediction, Daza?
1-1.
1-1.
1-1. Yeah, I think it would. Somebody, I think Chelsea will score first, and City will find a way just to get that equaliser. City never, in the
Lose.
first 10, 15 games. No, well, they never lose. Plus the first 10, 15 games, they don't give a shit. They're like, okay, we haven't got half of our team. We'll just get a draw against Chelsea. And that'll be a point, and then they'll go on after January and win every single game and win the league.
Right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 callers left and 15 minutes left. That means 3 minutes each. Reedy, your 3 minutes start now. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Back to the big time, mate.
Oh, welcome back to the Premier League, Leicester City. Who's
Yes.
your first game against? How you feeling?
Spurs on Monday. Not the most confident because of everything that's going on at the moment, but it is what it is. Point deduction, relegation fight is probably going to be coming right now. So hopefully we can get a good start against Spurs. But like I said, at least there's no Harry Kane this time. For us anyway.
Dominic.
Because he loves scoring against us, yeah. Yeah, him as well. What could even better? But the best thing about that is they've took him off Bournemouth, so hopefully Bournemouth are down there now. So hopefully.
Are you
Do you-
guys? I mean, go on, Des.
I was going to say, I was going to shoot because we've only got 3 minutes. Where do you see yourself finishing this season? Are you going to stay up? Are there 3 other teams you think are going to go down?
I think we could stay up if there wasn't a point deduction. I think the point deduction alone will put us down.
How many points is it? I don't actually know.
Well, people have been saying it could be 6, it could be like 15. It all depends on how many points they want to give us. People are saying that the most people can get for like if you're going into administration is 9 points. So if you give us more than 9 points, how is that even like possible? Like, don't get me wrong, we might have broken quite a few things to give us the points, but like I say, Everton got 8 and then got dropped down to like 6 and then got more again. Forest got dropped some points, and then obviously they stayed up last season, so it could be possible depending on how many we get. I think if we get 6 points deduction, I think it's possible. If it's any more than 6, I think it's going to be difficult for us.
I think it's going to be the same 3 that came up that will go straight back down. Ipswich didn't show me nothing. You guys, I'm afraid.
Everton.
Nah, they'll stay up.
We always say
the only team that I could see get dragged in there this season from the Premier League ones. I don't know what you guys think is Wolves.
Thing is,
Yeah, I see Wolves. I see Brentford.
There's many teams recently that you could say if they have an average season than what they normally do, they would be in that. Like I say, Bournemouth for me now with obviously Slanky going could be an issue. Wolves again, always like if buts and maybe depending on how well they do. You've got again Brentford. You've got even Forest as well. There's many teams where if they don't have if they don't have a decent season, they're going to struggle. Like I say, Brentford for me, the only reason they're staying up is because they've got Tony. That alone is the difference.
I don't think I don't know where Alba's getting Brentford from. Have you got any rationale behind saying Brentford?
The reason why I say Brentford is that they have an unhappy Ivan Toney. They have an unhappy.
I don't think Brentford's got a good team other than Tony. I think if he goes, I think that's why I'm saying about Bournemouth. I think if he went somewhere, I think Brentford would really struggle.
I think you guys are mad. I don't know what you think. Are you mad as well? Brentford are
going to I am very mad that you put Wolves in your mouth.
Okay. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Get Wolves out of your mouth.
They've sold Tillman. They've sold Neto. I don't see where they're going to score goals.
I know we lost. They lost to Arsenal today, right? But for 20 minutes, they look good. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Mid-table, 15th, 16th. No, there's more chance of Brentford going down. I agree with that because the whole vibe that's going there. They're a small club, and yeah, there's potential for them to go down. But unfortunately, with your if the points deduction is 6 or more, yeah, you guys are screwed. Unfortunately,
we've still got Vardy though. We've still got Vardy though.
Yeah, but
is he still going?
38.
38.
Good on him. Good on him.
He scored 16. I think he scored like 16 to 20 goals last season. I think
he won't score more than 10 in the league. Come back to me. He won't score double figures in this.
Well,
he's injured the next couple of weeks now, so.
Oh, right.
I don't think he'll barely play 10 games.
I think
Vardy should hang up his boots.
No, he's a legend. He's a Premier League legend.
I would say now, right now, before I go, that I honestly feel like Vardy's still as good as strikers, about half the strikers in the league, just because of his quality. Don't get me wrong, he's old, but like I say, if you could name from the 10th to 20th, their strikers, I honestly think he's probably better than
That
most of them.
that just shows you how bad off the Premier League strikers are.
Really, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for calling in. It's good to have you back. No doubt.
Back in the big time. See you in a bit.
Enjoy, my friend. Enjoy. It's good to have Leicester City back. They're a traditional club. No, Albert, do you hate Leicester City?
No, not at all. I was actually going to say that at the beginning of when Reedy came on, that Leicester City are one of the teams that should be in the Prem, because they're a good advert for the Prem. They're a well-run club. So yeah, I agree with you fully.
Next caller is Dava. Dava, are you there, my friend?
Yes, please.
How you doing?
How you doing, mate? How are you? You okay?
I'm good, bro. A bit tired. That's why I'm having a quick show today, because I need to catch some sleep. I'm absolutely battered, but it was all worth it because Liverpool got 3 points, clean sheet, no injuries. But what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about Arne Slot and how today tactically he got it absolutely spot on, and how brilliant he reads that game. He knew that Quansah at half-time was losing those duels, so he brought on Kanate to play on the right to move Trent up a little bit further in midfield to give Gravenberch more room to play the way he did. And Gravenberch today for me was absolutely phenomenal. He made that role his own. He was absolutely fantastic. I think it's the best game he's ever had in a Liverpool shirt, if I'm being honest. He was pulling strings, he was pinging passes, he was getting back, he was helping out in defence, he was running up the lines, he was passing balls left, right, and he was literally, it's like someone put Duracell in him today, because he was just absolutely fantastic. And Arne Slot is reading us the game. To do that at half-time and to actually actively look at the game and say, how can I improve this? What can I do here? And then he does it, and it was absolutely spot on. Seen a load of people having a meltdown on Twitter in the first half, and I was saying to people, calm down. He's only had 2 weeks with them. You know, it was a sluggish first half, granted, but it was expected. Not everything was going to be 100 miles an hour straight away, and we're pinging balls left, right, and centre. I thought Ipswich made a good account of themselves in the first 45 minutes. They were energetic. Okay, the final pass was a lot to be desired, but if they had someone of decent quality up top, they could have potentially scored in that first half, because they were full of energy and they were running us ragged, and we didn't know what to do. We were like deer caught in headlights, and it was sluggish. And then Arne Slot did his thing, and he made a tactical substitutions, and the second half just speaks for itself. We were phenomenal. Mo again. I run out of superlatives for him, because when people and rivals start saying, you know, he's lost his legs, he's not going to be the same Mo Salah. He comes up trumps and he runs through and he does what he does. He did a ball in the second half as well to Diaz with the outside of his boot. Oh, mate! I swear to God, I was sitting there with me.
I think the youngsters call that the Trivella.
Yeah, it was. It was just absolutely unbelievable. But I just want the fan base to calm down a little bit. I mean, I understand we need signings, and we do need signings. I'm not going to dispute that, but I'm happy with the team that we've got. I really do think that we need a left back. I thought Robbo struggled today a little bit. And having Robbo come off and to bring on Kostas Tsimikas, don't get me wrong, the Greek scouser, he's been a great servant, but for me, he's just not it. He's just, I don't know what it is about him. It's like he gets his head down with the ball and just runs, and he just doesn't look up and pick a pass. And then when he does get to the byline, he pings in a cross, goes out for a throw-in. You're like, come on, mate.
Yeah, look, there is. It's not all rosy. There is a few issues, but look, overall, I agree with. I think your assessment. I share your assessment of the game. Daz, Albert, did you want to say anything before?
I agree with what you're saying about Gravenberch. I think he did really well, and I go back to what I said about the Ipswich players. They really wanted it. Gravenberch really wanted it. He knows he's playing for his position in this team.
Yeah,
it's time for him to show everybody who's telling us that we needed Zubamendi to tell all of us fans, F you, watch me. and then you want that fight between him and Jones for that other position to go for it, and that's what I saw today from Gravenberch.
Yeah, and for me again, it's the manager, it's Arne Slot, it's his tactic and his substitutions and how he reads the game that made us come out that second half. He said in his post interview with Sky Sports, he said, about tactics when you're losing your duels, losing all your duels, there's no tactics. And I think he was spot on with what he said, and I love that he says it how it is. I'm so looking forward to the year ahead, and I do hope he gets backed. I really do.
Dava, I've really enjoyed speaking to you again. Thank you very much. I'm sorry it's
Thanks,
a quick
lads.
show today. I need to get some sleep, guys. I've literally got about 10 minutes left, and I've realized I've promised everyone 3 minutes, but everyone's had about 6 minutes because that's the kind of guy I am. Generous guy.
Thanks.
But thanks very much,
lads.
Dav. Look after yourself, my friends. Hope to speak to you soon. Not going to waste no time. No, Albert, no.
It's the
I can't
spirit
speak
of
for that guy.
generosity from the Hajj. Spirit of generosity from the Hajj.
That's what it is. Alhamdulillah, that's what it is. Liverpool's 12th man, Paul Smith, Quasi. That's it. Guys, no one else. I'm so sorry. Not going to have time. I'm literally not going to have time. And if you guys want to speak, if you guys want to come on and make your points, and if Albert and Daz are trying to butt in, then tell them to shut up and make your points because these guys won't let you speak. Liverpool's 12th man's on. We have spoken before. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing excellent. After any time you get to see your Reds win, hey, it's always excellent settings. I'm just trying to recover from the 4:30 in the morning wake up kickoff for me. So, it is what it is. But
guys, big up Hand of Ozil, big huge Arsenal account. Make sure you go and check him out. If you haven't checked him out on Twitter, go and check him out, especially if you're Arsenal fans. Even if you're not, his Arsenal prop is unmatched. He gets carried away, and I always bring him back down again. But great account, great person. Liverpool's 12th man. Talk to me, man. You have approximately 2.5 minutes.
All right.
Albert and Daz don't butt in.
Cool. All right, let me get this in. Shout out to Mike Daz in his version of positivity. Mike and I go back. We're friends on other channels. So big up to him. It was inspiring to hear his take of positivity. Woke me up from my nap to get out of bed and call in. I'll tell you that.
Man. When Mike's positive, wow, like what is going on?
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly positive, but let me say
that was positive for him. That was
positive. That is true. That is true. Let me also say big up to all the rivals and NPC clubs out there that ended up calling in. I didn't think I was gonna have to sit in a queue watching a Red Devil, Manchester cheater, and a Leicester fan talk about the Reds today. But that says something. That says that someone's rattled. Someone is rattled out there. They understand that this team has a little something to offer, and they don't like it. So of course they're going to call in. Of course they're going to try to switch the narrative. Of course they're going to set the narrative and push the agenda. So shout out to them. But biggest shout out goes to my Reds out there. Hopefully you're going to hold your heads up high because we deserve it. First off, let me just say to my boy Lucho, taking strays. We need to oh man, that like I said, Mike Dawson is positivity. Look, I'm not trying to defend his 2 misses. I get it, all well and good, but the sheer fact that he even had those opportunities says something in itself. But a proper evaluation of his contribution was his attack today. He attacked the byline. He left the defender in his wake multiple times when he was doing so. He was 5 for 5 for his dribble attempts. He had extra attention posed on his distribution, which is something everyone is critical of. They're all critical of his shooting. They're all critical of every portion of his game, which is sad. But he's 85% on his passing, created 3 key passes, 2 for 2 for long balls, even created a big chance. I understand he missed it, but he created his own big chance as well. He had an intense 90 minutes, 6 out of 13. I mean, he had 13 duels that he was involved in at least, won nearly half of them. He was 2 for 3 for his aerial duels. Okay, the guy is straight, always giving nothing but heart, nothing but what you need. This team needs a player like that that's creative, able to dribble, is able to cause problems for the defense and open up channels and pathways for other players on his team. I know we all want to look and say, "Oh, he missed a shot." But what about all the other opportunities that he's created for all the other players?
He did.
And
He did. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed his performance and really was frustrated with his performance. But that epitomizes Luis Diaz. I agree with you. He had the fullback on toast. That's Luis Diaz. It's an enigma. It's mad talented. We're just so used to output, though, guys. Liverpool's 12th man. I've got to keep it moving.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Call in next week and we can have a proper show. We'll have a segment on Luis Diaz.
Liverpool 12th
Make sure
man.
you call in early, though.
I have an analogy of Luis Diaz.
We gotta
but
go.
I'll
We
tell
gotta
you
go.
privately.
We gotta go. Guys, get the next caller in. I gotta take this call at the same time. Paul, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
I'm fine. How are you?
Not too bad, my friend.
Good. I don't think Gravenberch's performance should be an excuse not to sign number 6. We still definitely need one. There are plenty out there. I can't believe the nonsense that's coming out from some of the Liverpool correspondents that there isn't one out there. There is. I can name 2 off the top of my head: Alan Varela and Ezequiel Palacios. There are 2. Just there. I can do that wrong. That's just my personal opinion.
We all name players off the top of our head, don't we? But the scouting has
I've
been
seen
done,
these
right?
players play. Okay.
Well, no, it's not just about what they do on the pitch, is it? It's about off the pitch, and that's what that. I'm not saying you're right or wrong by any means.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. We definitely need a player in there to compete. But if we haven't gone for that player, either the finances aren't right, the player's personal life isn't right, and we're a no dickhead policy.
I understand that perfectly.
So it could be because of that. I'm not an FSG like big supporter or anything like that.
Most
All I'm doing is
personal lives are not right. Most footballers' personal lives are not right.
Mo Salah's is, and
that's why I
you know
said
what I mean?
most. I said most.
Yeah. So that's
you
what
had the starting 6 of Tottenham on laughing gas 3 days ago.
Paul, I actually agree with you. There's no denying that despite Gravenberch encouraging performance, good performance. In fact, second half, I'd say excellent. In first half, I'd say finding his feet, struggling, whatever, no problem. It's understandable. But I absolutely agree with you. There's no way they can tell us there's no better DM or more.
And we can't afford to have it against the greater their tough opposition as well. He will get torn to pieces if it's City, Arsenal.
I mean, look, we haven't been torn to pieces for a long time. No, I think that's harsh. I know you guys are also, like we don't get torn to pieces, but yeah, you're right.
Wrong wording.
Yeah, it is a weakness of ours. It is a weakness of ours in transition that we have. Sometimes we haven't got the physicality or the robustness of defensive-minded players. But again, this guy wants to coach and work the team differently. I think he deserves our trust for now, and let's see how he sees it. I get it. If this was a Klopp setup and a Klopp team, I'd be going absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. But after hearing him and after watching him preseason and after watching him live today, something tells me, guys, that I think when people say I try to police or try to force my players, no, I'm saying me. I only speak for myself. I don't speak for anyone else. I feel as though I want to give him some time to implement his magic or his tactics or his thoughts, and then see how it goes.
Yeah. I do like the fact that he has no sentimentality in him at all.
Yes.
None.
No, he looks very business.
No
this is business.
He's cold.
Paul, we've got to keep it moving. One call to go. Listen, call in next time, and I'll make sure I'll give you far more time because I do really enjoy your points. And
thanks for having me on the way, mate. Take care.
Nice one.
Take care.
All the best. Last call of the day. Quasi's in the building. No, sorry, not you, my friend. I'm sorry. Quasi, how you doing?
Big up to Grizz, man. Big up. Daza, good to see you. Of course, Uncle Albert in the building. Liverpool fans, okay, for the game, I thought it was what we expected.
Mm-hmm.
remember, Chris, on your playback show, when you asked, I said Ipswich was the team that I want to have in the first time. You were like, no, I don't feel comfortable with the promoted team because the excitement. Liverpool did well by containing that excitement. And this is a proper stand. They have what? Over 30-something thousand for a brand new team coming up. We have to remember most of these guys, 6 or 7 of them haven't played with each other all year. They just got back. So technically, this is a preseason for us. Second half, they did exactly what the manager wanted, and they played, I won't say exceptionally well, but they played very well. And beyond the game, Liverpool fans, you need to listen to the manager. He tells the truth. He tells you exactly. How many managers do we have who have said we went after a player and the player said no? Mm-hmm. This is the first guy that I have ever heard him say that. So when he tells you, I have enough good players to do what I need to do right now, you need to listen to him and stop trying to live vicariously by adding the player that you want into his squad. Lucho was very good today. Salah, amazing. Jota, amazing. Gravenberch is good where he is. Stop trying to tell the manager that he's not good enough when you don't manage them at training. You just see them for 90 minutes. Okay, so if your favorite midfielder is not in Liverpool yet, doesn't mean Gravenberch is not good. Last year, people wanted him out. I don't like the fact that we crying for a new player, and then the next year we said he's not good enough. We have one in the team right now, and his name is Endo. Endo came in, people cried. They saw him play, they were excited. The following summer, let's ship him out because he's not good enough. So right now, let the manager and Richard Hughes cook. September 1 or September 2, they don't do what is needed, then everybody could come after him. But right now, I'm excited with this manager. Grizz, I have a quick question. First half, do you think the manager was trying his best to keep a little bit of club instruction so that he doesn't change too quickly? Because I felt like the first half, there was a little bit of clubbiness in it a little bit. And the commentator on my side even said, he said, you don't want to make too much of a change because, you know, some players might not.
Quasi.
Yes,
some great questions, great points, but I won't have time to answer them today. I've got to run, I've got to go, but we will catch up with that question and point.
Yes, sir. Big up to the chat.
Is Slot trying to completely radicalize the system, or is he trying to keep elements of it? Great question as always, Quasi. Next week we will have a show. We will do a 3-hour proper call-in show. Today's been a quick fire blast show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Uncle Albert, good to see you. Daza.
Daz has been in the building. Albert's been in the building. Quasi's been in the building. 300 of you guys have been in the building. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. So sorry the others that couldn't come on. Daza.
Thank you, sir. Maka was awesome, by the way, today as well.
Oh, yes. Second half. Oh, my God.
The fact that we didn't talk about him at all means he did his job.
Oh, so Bosalai too. So Bosalai and Trent.
Okay.
And Trent.
Final words, Albert. Oh, super chats. Two super chats to go through.
Yes.
What's good?
Trent, ultra excellent.
Trent, I miss you.
I miss Trent.
Gravenberch, the business.
What's good? Says, pleased with first half performance myself, especially with how we were out of position, very compact. Our issue first half was build up. Couldn't agree more.
And Grizz, just before we go, Kwesi was talking about his honesty. They asked him, why did you hook Kwanzaa? He said, because he wasn't winning his duels.
Simple.
I thought that was so funny, man.
Our issue first half was build up, couldn't progress centrally, which forced us long into put Gakpo as 9. What's good? Agree with you, my brother. Sammy says, Grizz, with Gomez going, do you reckon we bring in a centre back? Yes, I do, my brother. We will not let Gomez go without bringing a centre back.
What a swap with Isak.
But Gomez is on his way out. People, this has been an emergency.
Big up, Grizz.
Fire, rush hour.
Hit the like button.
Call-in show. We'll be back next week where we will be much more calmer. We will try to give you much more time.
I won't be
to put something out. Go and check out my post-match review if you haven't. Tomorrow we will be having a post-match. Hopefully the Red Fellas are back tomorrow in the building. Kall-in-khan will be back next week. During the week we will have more shows. Peace. Take care.